What's going on, Joseph?
Raphael, what's going on?
In the flesh.
Dude, you think the world's ready for this?
Why not?
That's all you got, really?
So what's your favorite dynasty, Joe?
What's my favorite dynasty? Well, I figure we do a top 10. You want to do a top 10?
Yeah, let's do it.
We did this. Everybody at home, just let you know, Raphael has something to do with this too. So we're going to do the top 10 just for you at home. If y'all don't like it, you should have did your own top 10. Agreed? But before we get started, how's everything up in New York City?
It's pretty busy. Cops are pretty much handcuffed. They try to blow up a homeless man who was sleeping with an M80 last night. But other than that, things will be up and up.
Now, how's everything in your neighborhood?
Other than fireworks, they must be selling fireworks at buy one, get 3,000 free. Because they're going off at all hours of the night, starting at 6 p.m. all the way to 7 a.m. nonstop. And it's the big ones, the ones that, big kaboom. But anyway, how's it going on by you in Alabama?
Oh, man, we're making it up here. We're eating no biscuits and grits.
Right, that's right. That's what happens.
I miss New York, man. I miss being up there.
You coming back?
I don't know. Last time I was up, but you remember what? We can't. That's like the what's that movie? The Hangover. We got to keep that shit a secret. WrestleMania that year was wild, was it not?
That secret will die with us.
Well, they'll make a movie out of that. I promise you.
One of us has to be dead first. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm making shit up.
So, as far as franchises are concerned,
okay, there you go.
By a landslide, I'm going to say the New York Yankees are number one on that list. As far,
we're not doing. We can't just name out names. It's a top 10.
Okay.
Do you even have to?
I'm sorry.
Do you even have to listen?
I started off with my number one.
We're not doing number one, and that's not number one.
What would you say is number one, Joseph?
We're going to start off with the greatest dynasty of all time.
Go ahead.
Auburn football.
Auburn.
Sorry.
Good.
Let's start off with the UCLA Bruins.
Okay.
11 national championships. Has such people as Bill Walton and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What's your take on that one?
I thought they had great players. I don't think as a dynasty they qualify, although they did have a nice run. It's kind of like do you remember when Michael Jordan retired from the Bulls and everybody? Well, the first time when he went to go play baseball, and everybody was convinced that the Orlando Magic were going to be the team to beat because they had Shaquille O'Neal and Anthony Hardaway. Remember 1 Cent Penny?
I do remember Anthony Hardaway, but I don't remember anybody thinking the Orlando Magic is going to be all that.
Exactly my point. They're the best dynasty that could have been. And here's my reason why. So Michael Jordan retired, but then he came back. Yeah, and then for some miraculous reason that year, the Orlando Magic got their first round draft pick, and they got Shaquille O'Neal, who was phenomenal, dominant center. And then they got Anthony Hardaway the following year, who was the other first round draft pick. So they had 2 first round draft picks. And what did they do? They didn't pay Shaquille O'Neal the money he wanted, and he packed up his stuff and went to LA.
Yes.
I think that would have been the start of an awesome franchise dynasty that The people in charge just dropped the ball on.
Yes, what he's referring to in the 96-97 season, Shaquille O'Neal went to the LA Lakers.
Right. So I guess I'm talking about 95, 96 or 94, 95.
Well, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, to be honest with you. I mean, you dress like you're all that, but you're not even there yet. So I think what you're referring to is Jordan retired in 93. He came back in 1995. Shaquille O'Neal came in the league in 92, I believe. I could be wrong on that one. But and then they also pick up Anthony Holloway. And they was going. People did think the Magic were going to be something, but they didn't think it would be
Anthony
Chicago
Hardaway.
Huh?
His name was Anthony Hardaway.
Well, we just call him Penny.
All right.
And you forget they also had Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott. You know, they had Hort, and then Horace Grant left the Bulls and went to the Magic.
Horace Grant joined the Orlando Magic, and they thought that they were going to get rid of the Bulls in the finals. Remember that? Well, maybe not the finals, but
they did. In 95, they did get rid of the Bulls. Luke Longley went up for some dumbass layup and then didn't finish up.
I believe the Bulls swept that series both times, if I recall correctly.
In 95, the Bulls lost that series.
Did they?
Yes.
They lost
the Magic went on to lose the Rockets in the finals.
All right.
You didn't study for this show, did you?
Not at all. I'm a shoot from the hip type of guy, Joe. I don't need facts.
All right.
I'll tell you what.
All
right. Are we gonna go down the list?
Yeah. UCLA is number 10. 11 national championships. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Walton.
By the way.
Yes, well, I know, but I can't pronounce that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is easier to pronounce.
I guess.
All right. So
who's your 9?
I'm going with the New England Patriots.
Because of Brady?
Well, I mean, they won 6 Super Bowls. They two-peat in 2003 and 2004. You know, Tom Brady did come out, out of nowhere. He was a 7th-round pick for the Michigan. They played for Michigan. The reason why I know that, because that year he came out of college, they beat Alabama in a bowl game. And to this day, I don't like Tom Brady because of that.
I mean, you're right about Tom Brady, and a lot of people don't like him.
I mean,
you can't ignore his nuts.
Put it this way. When I say I hate him, I don't really hate Tom Brady. But he did beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl, and now he plays for the Bucks. And he beat Alabama in college in a bowl game. So I'm not a big fan. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
He killed the Jets many a year. I vaguely remember that. It's been a while since the Jets made an impact on professional football, but there's always that.
Yeah, they're on the same list with the Falcons. They didn't make it.
I wouldn't go that far, but I hear you. I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah, because y'all won a Super Bowl.
That's right. Broadway Joe guaranteed that win.
And by the way,
many other Super Bowls, it was guaranteed. Money in the bank.
By the way, out of curiosity, what school did Joe Namath come from?
He went to the School of Visual Arts. Pretty sure. He went to the University of Phoenix. Most people don't know that online. Before it was the powerhouse that it is nowadays.
Okay, number 8. Let's see. Since you don't,
made it,
the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, man, they have a great history. I mean, even before Roethlisberger, immaculate reception. So yeah, that should definitely be on the list.
4 Super Bowl championships and 6.
Are they not the most winningest Super Bowl team in the NFL? I could be wrong about that. I've been wrong about things before.
They won 4. They won 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. That's the only team that ever do that. They two-peated in 1974 and 1975. They got 6 Super Bowl championships and 8 conference championships. So, not to mention probably how many. I mean, I didn't look up since I was the only one that studied. I didn't look up the NFL championships that they could have won back in the day.
Did you go to the University of Phoenix? Online?
I went to Troy.
Okay, that counts. That's right up there, I guess. All right, so who's number 7?
Number 7, Dallas Cowboys.
America's team.
5 Super Bowl championships, 10 conference championships. They two-peated in 92 and 93. Troy Aikman,
Right.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah, man. Whoever their scouts were, and even their leadership, their coaching, their front office has always been on point for years. You know, big name players on that team every year for years.
I might as well go ahead and say this. You know, a team that didn't make it.
What do you mean?
A team that didn't make it, and people probably gonna be upset. The 2 or 3 people that's gonna be watching this, you know what team we didn't mention, or we're not gonna mention? The Hurricanes, the Miami Hurricanes.
Oh, okay.
And some hockey, and a lot of hockey teams.
I'll tell you what, I'm not the biggest fan of college sports, and I'll tell you why.
Well, you live in New York.
Exactly. It's almost no fun. We don't have the passion for college in the big city. You know, we don't do tractor pulls. We don't get grandma off the roof. We don't do any of that cool stuff you guys do in Alabama.
We do a lot of cool shit in Alabama. You should try it. I've been trying to tell you to come down here, but you too afraid.
I see a video on the news about what you people do in Alabama.
What do we do? What?
I can't talk about it.
Because you don't watch the news, motherfucker.
All right, let's on to team number 6.
Okay, we're going with the Green Bay Packers. 11 NFL championships. They three-peated in 1929, 30, 31. They won 4 Super Bowl championships, and they two-peated the first 2 Super Bowls, 1966 and 1967.
Right.
We're talking Bart Starr. We're talking Brett Favre. We're talking Aaron Rodgers. We're talking Reggie White. The list goes on and on and on.
I agree. That was a great team. Brett Favre left them to join the Jets. Most people don't realize that or don't remember that.
No, people.
Where he wanted to finish his career with a championship. And sadly enough, Favre wasn't good enough to play for the Jets.
Didn't he have some kind of like sexual harassment? Do you remember that?
Who doesn't in New York City? I hear your hero, that guy in the poster over your bed, Ron Jeremy, today was arrested on rape charges. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's in the news. Check it out.
He's a picture over my bed.
The poster. You're not supposed to laugh.
You know, man, you stupid. Oh, man. You know, if you ran like you run your mouth, you'd be in shape. You know that?
I'm sure. Yeah.
All right. So, you ready to move on?
Yeah. What's number 5 on the list?
Number 5. USC, University of Southern California.
A lot of great quarterbacks came out of there. The Jets had, what was the? Oh shit! I forgot his name. The quarterback, USC, played for the Jets. Everybody was counting on him. Sanchez, Mark Sanchez, that was his name.
Mark Sanchez. Okay, Mark Sanchez. He played for the Jets.
And he played for USC.
Right.
Another one who had a history of women accusing him of stuff that he may or may not have done. But he was such a nice guy, I think it just pretty much died down. I never looked into.
You know,
Scandal.
another great quarterback that played for the Jets.
Who?
Say Greg McElroy.
The golfer?
Greg McElroy, man, he played for the Jets.
What year was this?
2012.
Oh, okay.
He won a game. He actually started. I think he actually came in the game and won the game one time. I saw it because I had to sit. I was in New York at the time. I was actually staying in New Jersey, and when I couldn't watch the Falcons, I had to watch the Jets. And
you were staying in New Jersey on purpose?
I was an insurance adjuster.
Oh, did you get one of those like timeshare deals?
No, I stayed in a hotel. I was in Woodbridge, New Jersey, and I stayed in a hotel room.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Sounds riveting.
It's not like I have family up in New York that, hey, why don't you just come stay with us?
Well, listen, I know a nice hotel in Woodbridge. Got a wood-paneled walls. It's got an extra Kleenex in the bathroom. Those 2 plastic cups. I could even get you 3.
Yeah. Somebody tried to mug me in South Ozone Park.
I remember you telling me that story.
Yeah.
You were physically and sexually assaulted? Are you saying that didn't happen? Show me on the doll where they touched you, Joseph. Don't be ashamed. Nobody's going to watch this. It's just me and you. It's like a therapy session. Are you crying? You better not be crying.
Yeah, I swear. All right.
Team number 4.
This is why, people going to watch this. They're going to say it with 2 cousins. One with charisma and humor. And they're going to say, no, from Alabama. Say what?
I said, and the other one's got an Alabama hat.
Yes. Another one's got an Alabama hat. Oh, man. All right. Where are we at? We say USC. I'm sure all the 3 USC fans are watching are mad that we didn't talk about them even more. But let's face it, how many people is watching this actually right now?
Thousands around the world, Joseph.
Yes.
Are subscribing as we speak.
You think Ron Jeremy's watching?
Who?
Is that?
I don't think so. Not today. Maybe not today. He's got bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, that's what he's famous for. All right. So number 4, we're gonna go with I hate to do this.
Uh-oh.
I want this team to be number 1.
Ooh. And it's not the Yankees?
No. Number 4 would be Alabama.
Okay.
17 national championships, 4 unclaimed, 31 conference titles. I mean, you talking about Gene Stallings, you talking about Frank Thomas, you talking Bear Bryant, Nick Saban.
Nick Saban, more than anybody.
You talking about 2 Heisman Trophy winners. You got Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram, the Hall of Famers that came out of Alabama, Joe Namath.
Now, let me ask you this. Obviously, you're obviously an Alabama fan. Why would they be number 4 on your list?
Right? I'm doing this fairly.
Does that mean 3 and 1 are way superior to Alabama? Or are we just talking sports in general?
I'm not going to, I have to do this fairly.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
I mean, now let's talk a little bit about Alabama. Now, see, we can't just move on from there. They're number 4. People going to say, well, Joey, roll tide. I thought you was a big Alabama fan. I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm about fairness.
Okay.
See, I came on this show today and I admitted that, hey, look, Rafael Losada got more charisma, more talent than most people than me. I will admit that. You're the man.
That's preposterous, Joseph.
You're right. I'm 10 pounds better looking than you. But anyway.
The way you've combined that yellow shirt with that Alabama hat, most people wouldn't dare do that. but you had the balls, the strength. You're like Beyonce, but in Alabama.
I guess you're my Jay-Z. Are you my Jay-Z?
Wait a second. Is that your Hulkamania shirt?
Oh, you know
Are
this.
you wearing a Hulkamania? You are wearing a Hulkamania shirt. Look at that. I wish I would have worn my Hulkamania shirt.
When we go.
You got to do the whole.
Oh, can Harlem hear me?
Absolutely not. Are you kidding me?
Hey, real fast. I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
The people in Harlem, because I know you
Right.
drive around there every once in a while.
Right.
When the Harlem Shake came out, were they excited about it?
No, because I don't even think that originated in Harlem. To tell you the truth, that's some Huckleberry who started it. I believe. I could be wrong, but there was a rapper, a local around here by the name of Cameron, big time rapper, who I think that was a big thing for a while for him. I think. Not really my thing.
So you
I don't-
didn't do the Harlem Shake?
I don't shake for anything.
Not even when you pee?
Not even the rump shaker, and I don't shake. I just use the force to flush the toilet. Usually leaves a mess, but that's what happens.
Oh, okay. So Alabama, number 4 greatest team of all time. Do you agree to that?
I do agree with that. I mean, I mean, if you go around to other sports, I think the Detroit Pistons should be on that list at some point. The old Isaiah Thomas, Dennis Rodman, Bill Laimbeer. That was a kick-ass team, and they were vicious. Like they
We're
put.
talking dynasties, you idiot.
Say
We're
again?
not talking about dynasties. If I wanted to put best teams of all time, I would have said Chicago Bulls. I would have said Golden State Warriors.
Are you saying they did not have 2 back-to-back championships?
I'm saying, why would I put the Pistons on?
They were a great team. I mean, that should make the list, no?
But no, they didn't. At 100 years, they only won 2 championships. I'm talking about teams that actually won major championships.
Fair enough. So who's your number 3?
Did you study? You did. Next episode, you got to study.
Okay, I promise. I will.
No, you don't, because you're too busy.
I'll look at the Sunday paper and just glance over it, and that should be enough, I think.
You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? See, with your work and your active sex life, you got no time for this. So I had to pick up the slack. So that's what I'm going to do for you, Raphael. I'm going to pick up the slack.
And with it, that's good.
So what?
I said you took the ball and you ran with it.
Right, I did.
I'm glad you did.
We got to name this show. We had, by the time we air this show, we'll probably have a name. But right now, what's the date? June 23rd. We have no name for this show.
It's the 23rd already?
Yeah, damn.
My rent was due at the 1st.
All right, so I'll give you a hint. The last 3. Last 3 is going to be 2 basketball teams and a baseball team. So can you figure it out who it's going to be?
I think I can. Which means I'm pretty sure the Bulls have to be on that list.
No,
right?
Bulls are not on the list. I even though they're my favorite basketball team, I left them off.
Why would you do that?
Being fair.
Fair to who? Fair to why?
We're talking about historic dynasties.
And you don't think the Bulls are a historic dynasty?
Yes, yeah, in the 90s, but they only won 6 championships.
Only 6.
Only 6.
All right, so then that means you're thinking of what, the Celtics and the Lakers?
Yes, they're in the top 3. But I haven't narrowed it down. Huh?
I did my homework.
No, you didn't. You're just guessing.
I did. You're right. I guessed that. That came out of my ass the last second.
Your ass would probably have said the Knicks. You already said the Detroit Pistons. I'm surprised you haven't brought up the Knicks.
Oh,
You won in 1972, Joey.
listen, the Knicks and the Jets break my heart every year since the day I was born.
I know. But yet, you have never broken a heart, have you, Raphael?
I have not.
And that's why you the man. But that said, number 3, the Los Angeles Lakers. 16 NBA championships. They three-peated in 54, 53. 52, 53, 54. Can you tell me what city they were in first before LA? Can you at least tell me that?
Were they not in Oakland? In the ABA league?
Yeah.
I got that right? Look at that.
No, not one bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. It sounded like I got it right for a second.
No, not even close.
Okay.
Close.
Agree to disagree.
Huh?
Said agree to disagree.
Yes. You're the man, Raphael.
So the Lakers.
Lakers.
You count LeBron James.
Hold on. 52, 53, 54. They three-peated. They three-peated in 2000, 2001, 2002. They two-peated in 87 and 88. And they also two-peated in 2009, 2010. And they got 31 conference titles along with 6 NBA championships. We're looking at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, AC Green. We're talking about some.
Right. You know what? One of those guys that got by and he actually had a game-winning shot at one point was Robert Horry. Remember Robert Horry? Tall, good-looking dude.
Yeah, he played with the Spurs, the Rockets, and the Lakers.
Them.
So what?
He won a couple more championships with the Spurs. With Spurs and the Rockets.
Right. He won with the Rockets and the Spurs. Yes.
That's right. Who's your favorite basketball player of all time, Joseph?
Michael Jordan. You know that.
But that's an easy answer.
No, it's not an easy answer. You know me and you, my first time in the Garden was with you. And I remember, the first thing that when we sat down in our seats, the first thing I said to myself, how many times Jordan dropped 55 in that arena?
I think he did it 2 times, no?
He did it a lot. He did it a lot.
And like you could verify the story if it's not true, but I believe it's true. There was a time where Pat Riley was coaching the Knicks, and Jordan and the Bulls would always rip the hearts out of the Knicks. But this time it was the finals, and the Knicks had a real shot. But Pat Riley's mother died. And I believe the story goes that Pat Riley forewent his mother's funeral to coach the Knicks, to play the Bulls, and Michael Jordan still murdered them that night.
I don't remember that. I don't even think Pat Riley was coaching the Knicks when Michael Jordan. I think Pat Riley. I don't know. I know Pat Riley coached in 94 and 95, but I don't remember when he started with the Knicks, to be honest with you.
Well, there you go. Now you got homework for next week, Joseph.
No, we got a new topic next week.
All right.
And when we hang up, I'm going to give you the homework that I want you to be prepared, man.
Okay. I'll have my secretary get on that immediately. So what's your number one?
We're on number 3. You're not counting.
I'm sorry.
What is wrong with you, Raphael?
It's been a long day, Joseph.
Damn. Number 2, man. We're going with the Boston Celtics.
Okay, the Larry Bird era. Kevin McHale.
17 NBA championships. From 1957 to 1969, they won 11 championships. They won 8 straight from 1959 and 1966. The 80s, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish. That was your big 3. They had a big 4, but I forgot his name. I'm putting them as number 2.
I was a big fan of Larry Bird. I remember once I was in French Lick, Indiana, where Larry Bird hailed from. And they, to this day, I think they kiss his ass.
Whoa, time out. Are you telling a lie? Because you won't even come down to Alabama and you went to Indiana?
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to go to Alabama on purpose.
You're an asshole. You know that?
Indiana's right around the corner.
Damn. All right, number one, so we can get off this disaster of a show. Mister, I'm going to sit in my BMW. You ready for number one? You ready for number one? Can you tell me what number one is going to be?
The New York Yankees. Hands down.
27 World Series championships. I think the season they most are remembered by is 1961. That year, two Yankees went head-to-head for the home run. What do they call it in base? I don't watch baseball. The home run record.
You don't watch baseball?
Hell no. I don't even want to take a chance.
Wow.
I did go to a baseball game. I'll tell you a true story. I did go to a baseball game just to say I saw Ken Griffey Jr. play because it was in Atlanta. I went to a Braves game and they were playing the Reds. And Ken Griffey Jr. was like on his way out. And I wanted to tell my kids that I saw the great Ken Griffey Jr. play. So I went to that game. And my uncle from my mom's side got hit by a foul ball right square in the face.
That's going to leave a mark.
It did. But New York Yankees, can you tell us anything that you know about the 1961 season? Mister, I don't do my homework.
I can tell you a Ken Griffey story. So when I was a kid, me and my friends would go to Yankee Stadium and we would get back in those days, it was $5 to sit at the bleachers. So we get the $5 seats at the bleachers and we would have a bunch of old batteries, like A batteries, AA batteries, AAA batteries. And the goal was to try to beam Ken Griffey Jr., who was standing in the outfield, as hard as you could so that he wouldn't make any catches. And I'll tell you what, he took a lot of batteries because I tagged him at least 5 times alone. Never mind all the guys that I was with.
Is that why he hates the Yankees? Because of your ass?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. It was a long time ago. I was a kid. That counts. That gets me out of trouble.
Wow.
I'll tell you one of my favorite Yankee baseball.
Before you say anything, because obviously I'm speaking English and you're speaking dumbass, I asked you a question about the 1961 season. What are your thoughts on the 1961 season?
Was that with DiMaggio? Right?
I'll be damned. You're going to do your homework. No, it was with Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris. Mister, I watch baseball.
Roger Maris, that's right. He was dead before I was born.
No, he died in 85. You was born in the 70s.
Was I? Who does the numbers? Cops.
Okay, so the Yankees, number one. Raphael, how you feel about the list? Since we didn't go into it. Because you're the baseball fan. You're supposed to dive right into the New York Yankees. You're the biggest Yankee fans I know. You're the biggest Yankee fan I know. You could have just told me the audience so much about the New York Yankees. But you didn't. You couldn't tell us nothing
about the 61 Yankees. You're right.
But you tell us something about the Yankees before we go.
I will. Yeah, I'll tell you a story about my story with the Yankees.
Did you play, Raphael?
No, they didn't let me play. Those bastards, sons of bitches. Anyway, the thing is that I was at the stadium when they got Hideki Matsui, who was like a power hitter in Japan. Do you know who I'm talking about? They called him Godzilla.
Yeah.
And it was his first game at Yankee Stadium. You know, he didn't even speak English. And he hit, I believe it was a 3-run homer at his first at-bat. And the thing about it was that he hit it, and he had like a real serious face. He didn't smile, and he went around the bases. When he got to the first base coach was waiting like with a high five, And he gave him like an awkward high five because he had never had to do that sort of thing because they don't do that sort of shit in Japan. And it was a really awkward thing. But by the time he got to home base, he realized what he'd done. And he had the biggest smile on his face that was like the real, turn pager in the Daily News the next day.
How much are tickets now in New York? The Yankee Stadium.
Oh man, I think for the bleachers, which I was telling you before, were like $5. I think those are going for like 25 or 30 for the bleachers. That means it's just a hard piece of plastic to sit your ass on, no backing. The cheap seats, the nosebleeds, are probably like about 20, 25 also.
And we went to Yankee Stadium, you and me. We didn't go inside, but we I
remember.
Yeah, the Bronx.
Yeah, we went to Yankee Stadium. We went to MetLife Stadium.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because of WrestleMania. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Next week we're going to do a wrestling episode. You going to be ready for that?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Paul Dorf, Mr. Perfect, greatest wrestler of all time. Write that down.
Write that down. Next week. Raphael, you want to sign us off?
Shit. I don't remember Jerry Springer's sign off. Like,
you want to give us some final thoughts?
Yeah, the final thoughts.
Give us some heartwarming. After all that nonsense we just watched, he gives us that heartwarming speech about how we should be together and love each other. After two baby mamas fought over the baby daddy. Yeah.
All right,
thoughts.
I could go the Bob Barker route. And don't forget to spray and neuter your pets.
Somebody needs to spray and neuter you. All right, Raphael, it's always an honor. We doing this again next week?
Yes, Joseph. Let's do it again next week.
All right. Till then, see you later, Raphael.
Take care. Adios.
Here at Carolyn's Treasures, you can design your own belt. Alabama's my favorite team! Roll Tide! We don't like Auburn around here, but if you do, we will make you one of our Auburn championship belts. Ooh, yeah, this is heavy! Don't forget our championship wings! On anything. Daddy, this is really heavy. Yeah, we're dropping it.